Hello and welcome back to the Flippin' Foxes. I'm Sherry and this is our weekend what's sold video. This is Monday morning and we didn't do too bad. I had to do a few things in order to get sales moving. Saturday was horrible. I had sales on Mercari and Etsy, but my eBay had zero sales. And I'll get into more. I had more on Sunday, considerably more. Not high dollar ones, but we moved a lot of little things, and I'll go over how I managed to kind of perk my store up a little. Tweak. So without further ado, we'll get into what's sold, and then I'll get into some of the tactics I used to try and boost my sales a little. So we had 10 eBay sales for a total of $166.36. Like I said, a lot of sales, small dollar amount, which I'm okay with, trying to move some of this older stuff. A lot of these really smaller items, smaller dollar items were picked up in some of the auctions we got. And if you've ever done these auctions in South Dakota, it's kind of the only way to go as far as estate sales, because there's not very many estate sales that, hold on, sorry if I don't refresh my computer screen, I lose all my cells. We kind of have to go online, do the online auctions, because that's where most of the estate sales get put. And when you buy these, you buy one lot and you may get 2 items, you may get 20 or 30. So I wind up with a lot of little items, little trinkets, knickknacks, mostly, vintage items, but back when people had curio cabinets and, they displayed their items, which doesn't happen anymore. And we're finding we've actually had a lot of these companies that do put on the auctions tell us that this generation just they don't do the trinkets. They want the larger items, the collectible sports items and stuff, but they don't go for more of the ceramic animal items, and that tends to be a lot of what we wind up with. Ceramic birds and owls, as you can see behind us, these type of things. A lot of cartoon collectibles. So although they're smaller dollar items, they cost us like nothing, because we may pay $2-3 for the whole lot, and then you wind up with 20 items. You're looking at 10 cents an item. So keep that in mind when I read off the prices. And although they may seem low, they're actually bringing in a really good return for what we paid for them. So the first item is, and we got this in an auction. This is one of our first auctions when we moved to South Dakota. We actually came through Rapid City and picked this whole lot up. So this was one of the items that was in it, still in the box. And the box isn't in the greatest shape because, it's been in these people's storage units or houses for years until their family has decided to do an estate sale. So these are NFL low top Pittsburgh Steeler low top canvas shoes. This is my husband's team, by the way. They're actually doing better this year. We've gotten away from watching as much football as we used to, but I did see they were not doing too bad this year. I couldn't tell you stats or where they actually sit, but they said they are doing better. So these sold for $19.83 plus shipping. And these are, hold on, I'm going to move my computer over here so I don't have to keep. I have all my cells on the computer, so it's just easier that way. Get it out of the line of view. So that was our first cell, and they are Focos, I believe, men's size 10. So that's our first cell. And our second cell is this vintage blue Murano style glass ashtray. I put ashtray because I saw quite a few of these, and they have the slots that look like it could be for an ashtray. I use the word ashtray in it. I also put trinket bowl and candy dish because it could be used for jewelry or candy. So I was just trying to cover all my bases because you can really use it for anything. And, you know, I don't think it's actual Murano, an actual Murano, but it does have the look and feel. It's very heavy, and I love this blue, cobalt glass blue color. So this one sold for $25 plus shipping. And our next one is these three, and this all went to the same person. They bought two, and then they came back probably 30 minutes later and bought the other one. I guess they realized we had all three. And these also came out of an auction just in with a bunch of vintage Christmas ornaments. And this is the first weekend I've really seen seasonal stuff start to sell. So I'm hoping, because I have quite a bit of Christmas stuff, mainly vintage, that I need to move. So these are Amglow Angel Christmas tree ornaments, but they're birthstone ornaments. So each one is the base of it is the color of the birthstone. So they bought an October, a November, and a June. And these sold, I took an offer for the first two of $6 each plus shipping, and then they came back and bought this one at full price for $7.38. So it was a total of $19.38 plus shipping. Depending on what the shipping winds up being, since I paid shipping on each item, I may be refunding them back some money on that one. But they were repeat buyers, so that's great. And our next one is a vintage patriotic American flag lapel pin with epoxy inlay. So this is one of my father-in-law's, and it's just it's a United States flag, gold inlay, and that one sold for $6.92 plus shipping. Hold that thought. We have a heater. We have two heaters in here, one on that side and one right here. And it does tend to make a lot of noise, but it gets beyond cold out here because it's concrete floor. It is our garage. And so we've been keeping these on low so they come on and off, and they're keeping it warm enough in here that I don't even really need a jacket, just a light sweater. When it hits in the negatives, that might be a different story. I may be pulling my orders and taking them inside and doing them. But for right now, it's keeping it very comfortable in here. So we'll get back to our next sell, which is this stainless steel kitchen scale. This also came from our last auction we picked up, I believe. And it is basically brand new. It still has, but really cool. Stainless steel with, you know, almost a rose gold, I don't know what you call that, bevel look to it, but that is new in box. I don't think they ever used it. Doesn't look like it. And that one sold for $39.26 plus shipping. And our next item is, and this is what I meant by we wind up with a lot of the ceramic animals and birds. This was one that we picked up in a lot full of birds. I want to say we maybe paid $6 for the whole lot. So it's a ceramic mold blue jay, 11-inch, and it sold. And I did put Christmas holly in the title, you know, trying to hit people who are decorating these. These are really cool looking on the mantle. If you're a bird person or just want that extra Christmassy feel to it. But this one sold for $14 plus shipping. And our next item is these vintage candles. I've never seen, they came in a lot. They are candles, it says, for angel chimes and carousel chimes. they're like from the 60s when I looked them up. So I wound up taking an offer on these for $10, and it's not a full set. I did put in the listing. It's partial, only has 12. I believe they come with 18, so it was short a few, but still made $10, and I probably paid 25 cents for them, if that. So not too bad. Then our next one, this is another, my husband, I try to steer away from the glass items, and when you do these auctions, you notice that so many people will hit all of the larger selling items, you know, the sports items, the jewelry, and the dishes and stuff. They wind up going for nothing, or they don't sell them at all. And we have found that a lot of times when we go to pick up stuff, because they know us, because we've been to so many of these, that they'll just give us the stuff that didn't ever get any bids on them. And my husband, you know, if he sees it going for $2 or $3, he'll buy it. And it may sit a little while. I get views on them, yes, but you gotta hit the right person. And I'm finding with these type of items, Etsy tends to do pretty well, but this one actually sold on eBay, and this is a princess house, and these are what they call, let's see if I can get them out of here. They're like dessert cups. So you put the ice in here, and then you put either dessert or shrimp, and you can just set it right on top of there, and it'll keep your shrimp cocktail cold or whatever. They call them icer liners, I guess. So, and they are crystal. So this is a 2-piece set, and that sold for $31.97 plus shipping. So that was the last of our eBay sales. And now we're going to move on to our Mercari sales. I had 3 sales on Mercari for about $58. I hear somebody moving around out there. He's off today. He doesn't want to be in the video, but he is off today.
True.
Well, then come finish the rest of it.
I don't know what the rest of it is.
Oh, he brought our new child. Bring him over here. See if we can if we can get him in the video.
Stop. Leave it. Leave it.
You say hi? You say hi? I'm going to lift him, but he's not. This is our 5-month small puppy.
Yeah. Our baby.
This is Ace. He is what is he, 50 pounds now?
Yeah.
It's got to be at least 50 pounds.
Sit.
And he just turned 5 months old, if you can believe it.
Good boy.
He's a cow dog and husky mix. And I'm sure most of you know what a husky is, but cow dog is
a mixture of
4
different ones.
It's Kelpie. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Australian Shepherd. Border Collie.
Yep.
And
one more.
Queensland.
Queensland Healer. Yeah, there you
go. We've had Queenslands before. One of our best dogs was a Queensland Healer, and smartest dog ever. Was never an inside dog. He is an inside dog. He loves his outside too, but he is definitely an inside dog. But they breed them. When did they start breeding them?
It was only like in the 70s or something like that.
It was a father and son who owned quite a bit of acreage. You gonna take him out?
Yeah, I'm gonna go put him up.
Go ahead, on.
Hey, come on, let's go.
He doesn't do well in the garage because he wants to eat everything on the floor.
No.
Yeah, we need to sweep in here. So, but they bred them to be work dogs, and they wanted to take all of the traits of the different Australian work dogs and combine it. And so they bred them, you know, one breed is for their fur and the maintenance. And I got to tell you, he barely sheds, which is great, because we had a Shiba Inu. Oh my God, that dog, I was continually cleaning myself with, you know, lint rollers, and he had to be brushed twice a day, and you'd wind up with a ball of fur. This one, I bathe him once a month. He doesn't smell like most dogs, especially puppies, and so his fur is great. The They bred for that. They breed for temperament. He is super sweet dog. Still in the puppy phase, and we're working on some of the things, but like, he is great being content inside or out. His hunting instinct is coming out. I take him on walks, and it's pheasant season here, so he's super vigilant. He sees and hears everything. If I let him off the leash, he would take off into a field and go catch us a bird, but I'm not sure he'd bring it back yet. And then their endurance, they're bred for their endurance, and these dogs can run up to 50 miles a day because they herd cattle. And that's been the hardest thing, is learning to control his herding instinct, because he wants to nip at your feet, and he runs with my husband, and he's constantly running in front of him and behind him trying to herd him down the road. So we're working on that. But they are great dogs. The story behind him's a little funny. The people we bought him from, they have a purebred husky. So he's got the husky in him too, which is where the stubbornness comes in. But they bred him, and I keep looking that way. I'm sorry. I'm trying to see if my husband's coming back in, but mom was a full-bred husky, and the neighborhood work dog gets loose quite a bit, which is the cow dog in him. Got purebred mama pregnant, and as well as 2 other dogs in the neighborhood, so he was doing his overtime. But these dogs are beautiful. His siblings, the owners created a page so that all of the ones that purchased puppies from them can keep track with each other, and we meet up, and he's been to see the ones we got him from quite a few times, but he is just the sweetest thing, and I'm glad we got him. I mean, it's been nice with my husband going back to work. I do have the dog, and it forces me to get out and walk even though it's cold. I'm not looking forward to when it starts snowing, but he won't have a problem with it because he loves the cold weather. I could probably strap a sleigh to his back and let him pull me, and he'd be happy. But so anyways, now that you got the backstory on our youngest edition, I will get back to sales. Sorry about that. So our Mercari sales totaled $58, and I sold these 2 nostalgia griddles. This one is a mini sandwich maker, and these are great for, apartments and condos and all of that. And this one is actually a snowman waffle maker. And when we moved into our RV, we bought a couple of these. And they're perfect size for, especially for RVs, because you don't have much storage space. But we paid, he is back, I guess Puppy is put up.
Yes.
So we paid $1 each for these.
Yeah, I think they were $1 each.
Which was one of the best garage sales I think we've come across in Aberdeen, because they had a lot of toys and stuff, and garage sales here, they tend to want to sell at eBay prices, so
they'll actually tell you that, I looked it up on eBay and this is what it was worth. No, that's not what it was worth.
And if you're a reseller, looking it up on eBay doesn't give you an accurate representation of what it's actually going to sell for.
Yep.
Because these people, most of them don't know how to look at sold comps. But we paid $1 each for these, and I sold them 20 a piece, so I made $40 out of 2. So that was not too bad. And our next item is this Peak. What is it? A Peak 400 watt automobile 2 AC USB power outlet lighter cables. Lots of words. But basically, hook it into your lighter.
It's an inverter for,
and you can plug
110,
in.
120.
It's got the USB for your phone, and you can also power anything. This would have been a good thing to give to Justin for his car.
He needs a bigger one than that.
Okay. Our our son is now here, and he needs something to heat the inside of his cart because his heater's not working very well.
But this thing will only power about 150 amp.
And that one sold for $18 free shipping, I believe, on that one because it was a Mercari sale. And we had 3 Etsy sales. The first one is this vintage tin. It's been sitting up here, so I've got an empty spot I'll have to fill. Just what is this? A 9x6x3 collector tin. I'm assuming it went because of the holidays. We are starting to sell seasonal. And our next, and that one, did I say what it went for?
No.
That one went for $18.99 free shipping. And no, I charge shipping. I have started on Etsy going back through a lot of my items and measuring and weighing them. And I'm doing that for a couple of reasons. If it's here in the United States and it's small, I'm still doing free shipping. But I have added international to the mix, and I'm not about to do free shipping international. So, and Etsy's great. You put in your measurements and everything, and it automatically calculates what it's going to be. So you don't have to worry about if you're doing flat shipping like on eBay, coming up with the right price, or doing their in-house program, which I don't have much luck with. But so our next one is these 1940s stash jars. These are apothecary jars that they used to put. What all would they have put in these?
Everything.
I mean, you find them in the doctor's offices primarily, or in the drugstores, and pills. Would they put liquids in these?
Not normally. Normally it was like herbal remedy stuff and things like that.
And they say thank you on them, so they must have been, ones that they would fill and then sell the whole jar full, I would assume, right?
Something like that.
Versus measuring it out and keeping them on the shelves. But those sold for $20 with an offer. This was my first Etsy offer. They beta tested it about 3-4 months ago, and they only do it for vintage sellers. They sent me a thing asking me if I wanted to participate, and I thought, yeah, sure, I'll go ahead and try it. Well, I never saw anything come out of it, and I thought, doesn't work. But I actually got on Sunday my first offer. I had them on for $24.99, so I took an offer of $20. And then our last Etsy sale, holiday. This is a Dickinsville collectible. These are the porcelain lighted houses that go with the villages. But this is a library. And I'm not going to pull it out. I mean, I could, but... And we got these at a garage sale in Aberdeen. Lady, did she say her friend was dying of cancer?
Yeah, she said her friend had stage 4 cancer, and
they were going to throw it all out.
They were going to throw everything away. And she said, no, let me try and sell it. So she had a little bit of a sale for her, and she was giving her all the proceeds from it. So.
And I want to say she wasn't charging enough for them.
She wasn't.
We picked up all of them. I mean, I went in and I said, I'll take them all. And she had them for like $2 each. Mm-hmm. And I know it's a garage sale, but I think she could have got at least 5 for each.
Yeah, probably so.
So, and she had all the boxes to go with them. I don't think we got any that didn't have a box, did we?
Nope, we didn't get the ones that didn't have them.
Okay.
Specifically.
So this one sold for, and it just went off.
$20?
I think it was $20. I had $25. So, and then I had, it's not going to be on there anyways, don't worry about it. Our last sale was a Poshmark sale, which I get maybe one every 2 weeks. But these are little vintage Sesame Street. Gosh, I can't remember what they're.
Characters and cars.
Well, yeah, but there's a name for them. But I forgot to put it on my list of what sold because I caught it. Posh isn't one I think about. And then when I got out here, I'm like, crap, I have another sale. So there's 4 of them, and it's got Big Bird, Elmo, Ernie, and
Bert.
the Grouch.
Oh, you got Grouch, no Bert.
Grouch. No, there's no Bert.
No Bert.
Where's that Bert? That is Bert.
That's not
no,
Bert.
That's Elmo. It's been a long time.
Yeah, you think?
Our boys are in their
almost 30s and 40s.
Mid-20s to mid-30s, so yeah.
Almost 40.
And you would think I grew up in a god-awful Sesame Street inspired room that my mother thought, we lived in a trailer. Go ahead, get it out. Yes, we were trailer trashed.
I never said that.
He
I
says
did
it all the
not
time.
say
Wood paneling. I hate it. Can't stand it. Won't put it in anything because I grew up in the 70s wood paneled trailer.
I sell a ton of it, by the way.
His new job. And my mother thought it would be really cool to take each panel and paint it all the primary colors of Sesame Street. I hate Sesame Street now, by the way, so I think it's a mental block. That's why I can't remember. But that is it for ourselves, and we have got to get these packed up and
ready to go.
Headed to Aberdeen. He's got an appointment, and I'm going to get these off to the post office. I don't think we have any UPS. No, doesn't look like it. So we will see you next time, and don't forget to
subscribe, like, and share.
Oh, shoot.
Never mind. Hold on. Back up. Rewind.
Rewind. So I wanted to kind of go over how I got my sales to pick up on eBay. I had 0 sales Saturday. And so I dropped my promoted listings off. I figured, what is the point in promoting if I'm not getting anything anyways? And I did a 30% off sell. Yes, this stuff sold at 30% off. But I still got good prices for it. And with what we're paying for them, it really wasn't bad. But I didn't see a pickup at first, and then it seemed like after people got home last night, all of a sudden I was sitting there and I was just getting one right after the other. Not huge sales, like I said, but what I did notice is I was getting off-the-wall stupid offers. I'm already doing a 30% off. They can see that, they can see the original price, what I've slashed it, and then they're offering me $4, $3. So I did a lot of decline. And I'm also getting a lot of people purchasing, or I should say,
not purchasing,
buying.
No, not even buying.
Well, it considers it bought,
yeah,
but not paying.
Clicking saving, not paying.
Yeah. And it's all on offers. It's an offer. I'll go, okay, yeah, I'll accept. I accept. And then it just sits there, no payments. So that's been frustrating. But I just wanted to kind of tell you how I went about perking it up. I just did a 2-day. I don't, I'm going to play with it a little more, and I'll let you know. We have the rest of today, and then I think my sale goes off at like 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. So we'll see how that goes, and I will let you know. Now I will say goodbye, and we will get this packed up.